After decades of putting everyone else first, this is your time to shine. Welcome to the Sass and Soul podcast, where brilliant women just like you are finally putting themselves at the top of their to-do list. You are ready to reawaken your dormant dreams, take center stage, and unleash your full creative voice. I'm Cindy Kennedy, a seasoned life and leadership coach, global speaker, yogi, and the founder of the Center for Sass and Soul. I'm here to accompany you on your quest to live a wildly purposeful and pleasurable life. After all, success is personal. It's not about following a script, but answering the calling of your soul. So get ready to join me and my global friends as we explore how to reclaim our sass and lead from our soul. Hello, fabulous women. Yay, you are back with me. I am back with you for another episode of Sass and Soul. I just have to let you know, I'm pretty excited. I've only got a few more sleeps before I go to Canada. I'm not sure what big dream or adventure awaits you, but I'm pretty darn excited. Speaking of adventures, I kind of want you to snuggle in for this one because I want to share something a little personal. I am currently finding myself standing on the edge of a really big, I'm going to actually dare call it a quantum leap. I am standing on this place, this precipice of a really huge shift in my business and also my own real identity as a woman in her early 50s. And I noticed the other day that I started asking myself some interesting questions, and they weren't effective questions. I caught myself asking myself, you know what? Have I actually ever really made a huge change? Yeah, like, listen, I've grown, I've matured. I like to think I've matured, and I've definitely experienced things and incrementally, but I've actually ever really shifted something major. And I didn't ask it with real curiosity. I asked it almost in a judgmental way of myself. Like, really, have I actually ever done this? Right? Have you ever done that? And I caught myself, I thought, whoa, okay, one, that's not very nice. But I then decided to ask myself a kind of similar question, but from a place of curiosity. And I was like, what in my life have I truly changed? And I don't mean bought a new toothpaste, right? Like truly made a radical leap, possibly a quantum leap. And I sat and instantly two major ones just came to mind. And I sat with that and I was like, oh yeah, I've talked about one in particular I've talked about before, but I had never really sat with it and really honored the fact that that was a massive change. Because the moment I started acknowledging that it was a huge leap in consciousness, it reminds me that what I'm currently on the edge of right now, I've done before in a different way, but I've been there before. And so have you. We often say, don't look to our past. It's about being present and looking to the future. But you know what? When we actually look at our past from a place of curiosity, which I finally got to, right? Not from a place of dread or wish we'd done something different or regret, we can find your own living proof and your own blueprint for success. So one of mine was, imagine living in a body that suddenly had chronic pain for 1 year, 2 years, all the way up 12 years of chronic pain. And at the beginning, when all of this happened, and then the next day I felt awful and achy and pain and so nervous and scared that I was going to make things even worse. The thought of not living in a world where I woke up with pain felt so beyond me. But here I am with you all, and I'm pain-free. I actually have broken out of chronic pain. For those of you who've ever suffered with chronic pain or currently are, you know, when you're in it, your body is so entrenched in pain and fear. It's hard to see yourself as someone healthy when it's because it kind of takes your hostage of your emotions, of your brain, and it's so visceral and real. Can you believe that I've completely discounted the fact that I've made the leap? I'm no longer there. I'm no longer the person who was in that. That's major. And I wanted to bring this back up to you because I want you right now to take a look at your own past. I want you to inquire in a beautiful, heartfelt, curious way about a change that you have made. No judgment what comes up. It doesn't have to be chronic pain. It's something different. Even now, we can look out to others for how do we change? Yes, there's so much in terms of new understandings of the brain. I mean, I'm all into that myself. But there's so much wisdom that already resides within you. And this episode, this is a pure reminder that you are your own living proof. Go inward. Another one that came to mind is I remember sitting with my mom. We both happened to be in New York City at the exact same time. It was pretty fun. So we had a Cindy and Sally evening out. We ended up at the Rainbow Room, which at the time, I think each drink was like $25. And oh gosh, we were having so much fun. And that felt like a ridiculous amount of money back in the day. We're sitting up there having cocktails, looking over the skyline of New York. And I was 35. It was about the year before I came back to Australia. And I said to her, you know, Mom, it's not in the cards for me to have kids. I don't even know if it's in the cards for me to like get married, have a long-term partnership. I mean, there's no proof here. Right? I had two beautiful loves early in my 20s. And then after that, I was pretty single, you know, and it took a long time for the partner, a long-term partner, a beautiful, heartfelt partnership to come into my life. And at the time, I really didn't think it was possible. Just like back at the beginning of my health journey, I wanted to believe being healthy was possible, but I definitely went through times where I didn't think it was going to be my living truth. Right? And that was the same thing for partnership. And here I am, 15 years into an incredible partnership turned into marriage that I couldn't ever see before. And yes, you might think that that involved, well, that's about, you just have to meet the right person. 95% of that partnership was what I did to prepare for Michael to come into my life. On next episode, I'm going to go deeper into what I realized is part of my own blueprint for success, hoping to help you access your own. But today, I want you to reflect. What have you already taken a leap from? What have you leapt into? What have you let go of and said no to or said yes to something else? Because I know you already have, and you have so much jewels and gem and info for yourself to look at. If we can mimic that success in that area, it will support you in the next leap of your new identity, the new adventure that is beckoning you forward. So fabulous one. this is what I'm going to leave you with. Don't go rushing off to something else. This is often what we do. There's more info out there. There's more podcasts to listen to. There's more to-dos on your to-do list. Honor your own wisdom. Take a few minutes or ask yourself this as you walk, as you continue to drive. Where have I made a huge shift in my life? How did I do that? To start to ponder it, start to let the wisdom percolate within you because it's there. And then I want you to capture it down and start your own blueprint for success. That's it for now. You're your own living truth and proof. And I look forward to sharing my own insights of exactly those milestones that led me to the next version of myself on the next episode. So I look forward to see you there. If this episode landed for you, I would love for you to share it, review it, or send it forward to another woman who is ready for her next leap. Let's remind each other, we are never starting from scratch. We are rising from our own wisdom. Remember, you are more powerful than you know. So live with sass and lead from your soul, and I will see you next time.